That's what I made the other day. This here is quinoa with beets, beetroot. Muy fantastico. But we had the beet greens left over. And I also made a little bit of extra quinoa. So I got extra quinoa and I got my beet greens, so we're gonna cook up our greens. Heat you up a skillet on like a medium heat. Throw you a little bit of olive oil in there. I'm gonna use one bunch of green onions and I'm gonna chop the bottoms off. So here we got our green onion bottoms. I'm gonna chop my green onion tops here, but we're not gonna add these until a little bit later when we throw in our beet green tops. Man, this beet stuff I made the other day was fantastico. I'll eat this during lulls and pauses. But anyway, I think my oil is kind of hot. Let me see. That's good enough. So I'm gonna throw my garlic in there. And then boom, I'm gonna throw in some jalapeno pepper. I've already got this chopped up, but you can throw in some heat if you want, but you don't have to. Oh man, that smells fantastico. Garlic cooking always smells wonderful. I'm gonna go ahead and throw my green onion bottoms in here. Here's the star of the show. This is what this is all about. And I've already got my beet greens washed up, cleaned up. So these are left over from the other day. You know, whenever you buy beets, you know, and you have the greens on them and you're just using the roots, you know, definitely don't throw the greens away. Because the greens are muy fantastico. And beets are awesome because they have a lot of nutrition. But they also, you know, they have that beet color, you know, that bleeds over into a dish when you make it. So it's kind of unique. You know, it's a little bit of a change of pace, you know, having beets. A lot of people don't like beets, but that's because they don't understand. They don't understand the versatility and the beauty of the beet. Alright, but we're going to use our bottoms. Now we're going to chop these up. And go ahead and throw these in the skillet and let these get a head start, because you don't want to cook the stems and the greens at the same time, because the stems need a little bit more time. So we'll go ahead and throw these in here now with our onions and our garlic. And some people, man, when they buy beets, they just throw the damn greens away. And that's insane asylum, boy. Alrighty, let's see. I got most of that in there. There's a little bit left over here. I'm gonna de-stem it. And I'm just pulling my greens off here. Now you can cut them off with a knife if you want, but they'll pull right off of here. And we're just getting the thickest part of the stem, you know. This little bit in here, we can just leave that in there. That's gonna be good roughage. But I'm just separating my greens from my stems, cooking up my onions, cooking up my garlic, cooking up my beet stems. And you know, this is gonna turn a nice pink color, because anything you cook with beets is gonna get that beet color. That's just unavoidable. You know? But you definitely want to cook your stems a little bit ahead of time so that they'll soften up. And the greens, they're not going to take no time at all. So I'm going to give these here a rough chop. And we're going to add these at the end, almost when the dish is getting near completion. And you can do this any size you want. Got my leftover quinoa, boom, from the other day. And I'm going to heat that up. Alrighty, now this quinoa is already cooked up. And I'm using this here just because I have it left over. But if I didn't have this quinoa, you know, I would maybe cook up some rice. This quinoa is going to make it a complete protein, you know. So this is going to be a nice little meal. So I'm just going to heat this up. And now this here's been going long enough. So I'm going to go ahead and add, boom, can of tomato. What do I got here? Some petite diced tomatoes. Now you can add fresh tomato if you like, but whenever I'm cooking tomatoes down, you know, I'm going to make kind of a saucy dish. You know, I like using canned tomatoes. I prefer canned tomatoes. You know, does that make me a heathen? Sure, maybe. Maybe it does. So we're going to go ahead and turn the heat up a little bit and get this going, and then let these ingredients cook together for a little bit. Alrighty, so I got my tomatoes heated up and going, and they're simmering away there. I'm just going to throw in some black pepper, throw in a little bit of salt, or a lot of salt to taste. We can smell that garlic, we can smell that tomato now. Reduce this down to medium, a little bit less than medium, and we'll let this cook away for a few minutes before we throw in our beet greens and our green onion tops, and then that's pretty much going to be it. Alrighty, so there it is. Starting to reduce a little bit. It's been going for about 5 minutes. Now we're going to throw some vinegar in there. Boom. We're using apple cider vinegar. You know, we like that. We like that nice tart taste. You know, the vinegar I used the other day was, boom, a little rice wine vinegar. We got all kinds of vinegar down here. Use whatever kind you like. This here's got a little bit of a bite, you know, and that's kind of what we want here. So we're putting in a couple tablespoons of vinegar. And then we'll just go ahead and let this heat back up, and then let it continue cooking for a few more minutes. Alrighty, well, it's been going for a few minutes. In the time that it's been going, we've pretty much almost polished off our quinoa beet from the other day. But this started to reduce. There's not a whole lot going on here. So now we're going to throw in our greens, part of our beets. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm going to throw in the green onion tops, or most of them. I'll reserve a little bit to go over top of this, so I got some raw greens to garnish it with. We just go ahead and stir this up. We still got it on a medium heat. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm going to throw a lid on here and let those greens wilt up for a few minutes. Not a few minutes, maybe a minute, 4 minutes, you're crazy, 2 minutes. We're going to pull the lid off and look at it in 2 minutes. Have you turned the camera off?
No.
You see I got the freeze. It's been 2 minutes?
3, 4.
3 minutes? Huh? 4 minutes, man? You can't tell time. You just don't know time. Look at that. But you can see the greens have wilted up nicely. Let's give it a little taste. See if I can do that without burning my mouth too much. That's a little too hot. God damn it.
Really?
Alrighty. Ah, shit.
Why did you do that? Now you burned your taste buds.
Huh? Yeah, it wasn't very smart. It's got a nice little vinegar bite to it. I'm going to throw in a little bit more salt just for the heck of it. That's it. I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat off. Now my quinoa's heated up. And this is one of the reasons I like to make a little extra quinoa and rice when I make that. Just for such a reason as this. Alrighty, focus on this one. This is the pretty one. This one here's this one over here is the red-headed stepchild. I've got a couple little extra greens here for my onions. Garnish it up. There you have it. Boom. A little quinoa, beet green, whatever the hell this is. So that's all you have to do with beet greens. Whatever the heck you want to do, just separate the leaf from the stem. Cook the stems up a little bit before, throw the greens in there, stir it around, boom. We just happen to be cooking this with some onion and tomato and garlic. What else did we put in there? Jalapeno, you know. Didn't really put any seasonings except for some salt and pepper and a little bit of vinegar. You know, vinegar and green is always a good combination. And I don't think I damaged my taste buds too severely with that burn. I think that works. So there you have it, you know. Next time you buy some beets, don't throw away the greens. You know, cook your greens up. Super simple, super fast, not too complicated. You know, go ahead and give this dish a try. Let us know what you think. Bon appetit. Alrighty, that's it. That's the end of the beet green extravaganza. Enlighten your beet green phobic friends. Share the video, massage the video, and do some push-ups. Because I'm not going to do any today.